All right, so last week, about half of you thought like me that the Book of Boba Fett left a lot to be desired. The other half of you guys thought that I'm just some old nerd crying in my man cave. Turns out you're both right. All right, episode 2 of the Book of Boba Fett, called The Tribes of Tatooine, a whopping 53 minutes. Holy hell, it was like a whole movie right there. Not directed by Robert Rodriguez this time, no. Hey, I like Alita Battle Angel, so for the few of you that called me a sexist, I don't know. I liked that movie. This is directed by Steph Green. And Steph, holy hell, damn. Let's get Robert off the show. Nah, he's all right. We love Robert. We love Robert. And still written by Jon Favreau. Favreau? I don't know. I'm still mispronouncing his name. But I did like Chef Swingers. I paid to see Cowboys versus Aliens. Who out there can say that, right? Nah, not many of you, but I paid to go to see that. All right. This is a much better episode. Much better. I think, Boba Fett is stronger. I don't mean he has to be physically strong. He's a stronger character here. And there's lurking danger all the time in this episode. So it just, the stakes were higher. It had gravitas, right? All those things. I mean, this felt like legit. This felt like Steph was stepping up, I don't know. All right, so right away, the cinematography was better. We're going to go into the story in a bit, but I just want to hit these categories. Right away, we had big shots, we had moving shots, so I could tell right away something was happening. When they're walking in town, I'm like, this looks completely different. I mean, the camera's moving with them, it feels bigger, it feels more cinematic right out of the gate. Much better dialogue. But I think when you have scenes that mean more, the dialogue is just naturally going to be better, or the moments of silence are going to be better. There's a lot of just silence here, and we'll talk about that. That is very, very effective. The music in the show was better, was a lot better. I'm still not a fan of the theme at the end. With the chorus, when they kind of raise the voices, it sounds a little out of tune to me. I mean, that could be by choice. I'm just not a fan. Better fight choreography. Holy hell! Holy hell! We're going to get to the bar fight. You could feel the fight this time. Come on, guys. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. The tone was right. We had a gangster film. We had a bar fight. We had a train heist. Glorious. Nods to Westerns. Steph Green, thank you. All right, so we're going to go through the episode here. If you don't want to know anything about this episode, then please leave and then come back and join the discussion. I welcome the discussion. I thank everyone for all the comments. I'm not trying to change minds. I'm just expressing my feelings, and I'm trying to generate a dialogue. So thank you all who participated, okay? That's my goal here, okay? This episode starts off at Jabba's palace. Fennec is walking the ninja back to Jabba's palace, and we find out the ninjas are called the Order of the Night Wind. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. I thought it was a very clever scene how Boba is using the Rancor pit to trick the ninja, to get the ninja to talk. I was worried that there was going to be a Rancor in that pit. I was like, I don't know how that happened, but I like how they used an empty pit to get the ninja to talk. That was very clever. All right, so I thought the show started off strong. Boba goes to Mos Espa to talk to the mayor, and then I go, oh no, because the first representative of the mayor, the security guard, again, he was all off. He just took me out of the Star Wars universe, the dialogue, how he looked. Oh, and then things got worse. Our Twi'lek friend came back. Oh, he sucks. And, thank God Boba just blew him off and went in to meet the mayor. And then when we got to the mayor, very good scene, two strong characters having a discussion over territory. And I thought the Ithorian, is that how you pronounce it, Ithorian mayor, was pretty well done. I liked it. And I liked how, Boba learned that, I don't know, maybe the mayor wasn't behind the assassination attempt. All right, next up, Boba goes to Jennifer Beals' club, and he's not there long before the drums start beating. And everyone in the club stops, and Jennifer Beals says the twins are coming. And Boba goes out into the street, and carried through the streets are two Hutts, brother and sister, cousins of Jabba the Hutt, and they want to take over Jabba's territory. And I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, the computer graphic Hutts, they are what they are, but for the most part, I thought they were well done. They're interesting. It's our first female Hutt in live action, and they have a pretty menacing bodyguard, a Wookiee bounty hunter or warrior, gladiator guy. I'm not familiar with that character at all. Let me know if he's a new character. He reminded me of Chewbacca in the Shadows of the Empire way back in the day when I was like super into all the books. So yeah, I love him. I got to get his hot toy, and maybe those pre-orders are live already, and definitely got to pick up that action figure. And I'm definitely looking forward to Boba and this Wookiee going at it at some point in the future. All right, then the show moves back to the Sand People, back to a back-to-tank flashback. And I was like, oh, the show was doing so good. Oh, no. But this time, because of Steph Green's direction, I suppose, the Sand People were much more compelling. So we're with the Sand People. I think it was nighttime, and a train attacks them, or a gang of swoopers, a swoop gang. I can't quite remember. Someone attacks the Sand People. There's a train and there's the swoop bikers. And then we have Boba that tells the chief, listen, give me a rifle, give me a stick. Let me go get those swoopers. And he certainly takes care of business. He walks into the cantina. I like how they had sort of a nod to Cammy, and they look like Luke's friends in the deleted scenes of A New Hope. But we've got this swoop gang in the bar, and Boba Fett just comes in, and I believe there was just like a lot of silence of him standing in the doorway, setting the tone. Feels dangerous, threatening, and we have like a very good fight. Like you can feel it, the punches, and when people are thrown into things, and things are breaking. I mean, it was tangible. It was real. I don't know. It's just a much better job, and I'm blown away that Steph Green could do that. Frankly, better than Robert Rodriguez. So after Boba takes care of the swoop gang, he rallies the Sand People to take care of this train that drives by and shoots the Sand People. So he brings a bunch of swoop bikes back that he took from the swoop gang. And I really enjoyed the scene where he's trying to train the Sand People on how to ride swoop bikes. It was great. Like, this is a series of scenes that could have been very, very bad. But I was really entertained. I actually laughed out loud when the one sand person tried to jump onto the swoop bike and completely missed. I laughed. It was great. It was very well done. All right, and now the show moves to Boba and the Sand People attacking the train heist scene, and it was a great scene. It's much better than the train heist in Solo. This is a great scene. This is probably one of the better action scenes in Star Wars, period. I mean, it's much better than anything we got in the sequels, anything. It's a great scene. I loved it. I loved Boba in the scene. I thought the action was smart. I thought his plan was smart. I'm calling her, I mean, not to misuse pronouns, but I think that is a female Tusken Raider. I know some of you thought otherwise, but I don't know. I still think that, but I really liked her. I thought she was strong. I thought, again, the action looked great. So she was threatening and menacing. I mean, she had a Darth Maul feel to her, whooping ass on this train. I also really liked the engineer of the train, the robot. And I just thought, just a clever idea when Boba takes the cockpit, the robot just gets the hell out of there. Just jumps right out the window and then like crawls away like a spider. That was awesome. Great, great, great scene. After Boba and the Sand People take over the train, I enjoyed the scene between him and the Pike leader of the train. It was a Pike, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was a Pike. I recognize the little thingies here. And I don't know if this is the first time we've had the Pike unmasked. So that's kind of cool. And I like how Boba was saying, listen, you guys running spice? And they were. And if you're going to run spice through the Dune Sea, you're going to have to pay the Sand People a tribute. So super cool. I mean, it's political. He's wheeling and dealing. I mean, he's showing power. Great dialogue. Good stuff. And the show ends, I thought, with a really cool concept of, Boba becomes a member of the tribe. There's sort of a scene that's a nod to those like peace pipe and peyote moments in westerns and other movies. where you go into the tent and you, instead of a peace pipe, it's like a lizard that crawls up your nose. I guess they throw something, I don't know, maybe it's spice or something, and the lizard crawls up in your nose and you start to have hallucinations and maybe see the future. And so Boba goes out into the desert with this lizard in his nose and he's having hallucinations. He has to deal with his past and his fears. And he comes back with like a big stick. And at the time, I'm like, I have no idea why he came back with a big stick. But I loved it. So the big stick, he, and with some help, he carves out his gaffy stick. So he picked his gaffy stick. How cool is that? I think, at Galaxy's Edge, they should let you run around the back of the park and pick out a big stick, and bring it to it. They got that woodworker guy at Galaxy's Edge on Batu, and let him chop away at your stick. And for the measly price of $99.99, you can leave with your own gaffy stick. Come on, Bob. You know you want that. So I just thought that was a great scene. He ends, he's in the robes, he's got his gaffy stick. Awesome. Just at the end, they dance. And that could have been horribly bad, but I thought, yeah, this looks cool. So again, just awesome stuff this week in episode 2. All right, so episode 2, the Book of Boba Fett, Tribes of Tatooine. Is it better than episode 1, Stranger in a Strange Land? In my opinion, yeah, it's a whole hell of a lot better. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What worked for you? What didn't work for you? For those of you who said, hey, give it time, episode 2 will be better. You're right, episode 2 was better. I just watched Hawkeye and, episode 1 sucked, and the whole show sucked on Hawkeye, I think. I don't know, my opinion. I enjoy having the discussion here. Again, I'm not trying to change minds. I wanted to start the discussion. I like talking Star Wars with you guys. So, you don't have to agree with me, but let's talk about the show. I truly enjoy that. So thanks for all the comments. Let me know what you think about the show. And for Steph Green, I just have one word for you: respect.